up? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am going to be showing you guys 10 drugstore products that are just as good as high-end products. So we're going to be comparing a drugstore product to a high-end product. I love watching these videos. I think it's so cool to compare a very affordable product to one that's very high-end. What a lot of you guys don't know is that a lot of these products are actually made in the same lab. I know that Lancome is actually the owner of L'Oreal, and what makes L'Oreal less expensive and Lancome more high-end is actually the packaging. So you're still getting the same formula, just a cheaper packaging. Before we go on, I did just realize that I am filming in a completely different new background. If you guys have not seen this, please bear with me. I'm trying to get more creative with my videos. I'm still not in my new space that I'm going to be filming at. So for now, I'm just trying to make this work. And I actually really like this background. So let me know what you guys think. Also, make sure you stay till the end of the video because I may or may not be giving away a Morphe 35O palette. So yeah, I'm not going to drag out the intro. I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into the products. The first product is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Light. You guys know this is my go-to under eye setting powder. I am so picky when it comes to an under eye setting powder because I do have a very dry under eye area. So there's a lot of powders that don't work for me. So when I do find one, I am in love with it. And I have found one that does exactly the same. And it is the Maybelline. This is the Maybelline Fit Me in number 110. This powder is absolutely stunning. It's gorgeous. It doesn't have shimmer, but it does illuminate the under eye area, which is exactly what the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish does. If I put them right next to each other, they're even the same exact color. They do feel exactly the same. They have a very silky, smooth texture. I love these powders. I think this only retails for like $7 and this retails for maybe $20. So you're definitely getting a good product for $7. Like, I love this powder. Next up, we have lipsticks, and there's a bunch of dupes for lipsticks, so I don't want to go too much into lipsticks because this video will be forever long, but I do want to show you guys a dupe for a really high-end, well-known lipstick, and that is the MAC lipsticks. I feel like everyone owns a MAC lipstick. In my opinion, they are the most popular lipsticks. Everybody has one. So a good dupe for a MAC lipstick will be the Milani lipsticks. I am not the only one that says this. I've watched a couple of videos here on YouTube where everyone mentions how Milani is just as good as MAC, maybe even better. The one thing that I don't like about the Milani lipsticks is the scent. They are very strong scented lipsticks, but if you can overlook that, then you will love the Milani lipsticks. I actually swatched them right next to each other. They're obviously not the same color, but when it comes to formula and staying power, you will love them and you're gonna think you're wearing a MAC lipstick. Like, not even kidding. I absolutely love them. So if you've always wanted to own a MAC lipstick and you don't own one for some reason, then definitely check out Milani because they're just as good. They are identical in my opinion, and probably even better. I'm going to be comparing the MAC lip liner with the ColourPop lip liners, and these are both retractable. So these are not the MAC lip liners that come in like a pencil form. These are the retractable ones that you can actually roll up. The ColourPop lip liners are just as good as the MAC retractable lip liners. I think they are almost identical when it comes to formula wise. I don't have the same color again, but I'm sure you can find your favorite shade from MAC in one from ColourPop because they have a ton of different shades and they're only $5. The ColourPop ones are just as pigmented. They're very creamy, they're very easy to work with, and they are amazing, and they do have just as good of a staying powder. They don't bleed. They're awesome. So love the ColourPop lip liners. If you guys are lip junkies and you have to have like matching lip liners to your lipsticks, I get it. We're crazy like that. But if you are that type of person, definitely check out ColourPop because they're only $5. So you can't beat that. I also have a lip gloss that I want to kind of compare to each other, and it is the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip glosses. In my opinion, the dupe for the Anastasia glosses is the NYX Intense Butter Glosses. You guys, please stop what you're doing. If you own both of these, swatch them right next to each other. You are going to die. Like, they are almost identical in my opinion. They are the exact same formula. If you guys know anything about the Anastasia Beverly Hills glosses, you guys know these glosses are super pigmented. They're almost like a lipstick, but just in glossy form. They're very glossy, very buttery, very pigmented. And then the NYX glosses are just the same. Like, they're very intense pigmented lip glosses. They feel so moisturizing on the lips. They're so pigmented, and I think they're only like $9, where the Anastasia glosses, they are $16. So I encourage you guys to go out and try them, swatch them right next to each other, and you will see. Next up, we have a primer, and I'm sure you guys are all gonna know this is a dupe because it is very highly talked about here in the beauty community, and it is the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer, and in my opinion, the perfect dupe for it is the NYX Angel Veil Primer. Almost forgot the name. The one from NYX retails for 15 bucks, which is not as cheap as you would think for being drugstore. But when you compare it to the Hourglass, you think this is probably free, because the one from Hourglass retails for 58 bucks. Is it 58 or 56? I know it's high up there. Like, the price of this is ridiculous. Hence the fact why I have the sample version and not the full-size version, because I cannot allow myself to spend 50 bucks on a primer. Like, that is just, that's insane. That's crazy. Like, it's 50 bucks on a primer that's probably gonna last you a month, maybe less. So that's why I have the sample, because I just cannot. Maybe one day when I'm rolling myself in money, then it'll just be pocket change for me, but probably not even then. Like, I just cannot spend 50 bucks on a primer. Like, that is crazy, especially when there's one at the drugstore for 15 bucks that is just as good and does the same thing. They go on the same, they look the same. The only difference is that the Hourglass one has an SPF. I think it's the SPF of 15. Yeah, it has an SPF of 15, whereas the one from NYX does not have an SPF. And I also find that the one from NYX, you're gonna have to shake it a little bit before you apply it, because it might feel a little bit too liquidy and runny. So I definitely recommend you guys to shake it up before you use it. That way all of the liquids and everything's going to mix together, and it's not going to be as runny when you first squeeze it out of the tube. But other than that, they are identical. People, do not waste 50 bucks on this. Go get yourself the NYX one. They're just as good, I promise. So the next product I'm actually super excited about, because I recently just discovered that these are great dupes for one another, and maybe a lot of people are going to disagree with me because it's such a talked about, hyped up concealer that nothing's like it. It's amazing, but in my opinion, I have found something that is just as good, and I'm talking about the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer and the Maybelline Instant, what's the name of you? In my opinion, the Maybelline Master Conceal is just as good. Like, this concealer is so good. Like I said, I am very picky with anything that has to do with my eye area, whether it's powder or if it's concealer. Like, I am so picky because I have fine lines and my under eyes are very dry, so I have to find a concealer that's moisturizing, full coverage, and at the same time that it doesn't settle into my fine lines. So the Urban Decay concealer is amazing, but the one from Maybelline, it is just as good. It does exactly the same thing. It is amazing, super full coverage, super creamy, and it does not budge. Like, once it's there, like, it's not gonna move. Like, it is amazing. I do have them swatched right next to each other so that you guys can kind of see the formula of them. Now, these are not color dupes. These are formula dupes, staying powder dupes, texture dupes, pigmentation, that type of dupe. This is definitely not the same color. As you guys can see, the one from Urban Decay, it's more on the pink side, whereas the one from Maybelline, it's more on the golden yellow side. But again, texture, formula, pigmentation, they are a dupe. Next up, we have some eyeshadows, and eyeshadows are definitely lacking at the drugstore. Like, the drugstore needs better quality shadows. So makeup brands, please pump up your game when it comes to eyeshadows, because the drugstore definitely needs some good eyeshadows. But I have found a great dupe for MAC shadows, which has a pretty big thing to say. So these are the MAC shadows. Don't judge my palette, please. My palette is a complete mess. So I have found a quad from the drugstore. It's not really a formula dupe, but more of a color dupe for MAC shadows. And that is the Physicians Formula. This is the matte collection. Yeah, Physicians Formula matte collection. And this is in the classic nudes color. This color right here from this quad, it's identical to MAC's soft brown. This one, it's very similar to MAC's Bamboo. And then this one right here, if you really build it up, you can get a consistency like MAC's Saddle. They are amazing in color, and this, again, this is a color dupe. This is not a formula dupe. The formula is a little bit different. The one from Physicians Formula, it's a little bit more powdery, whereas the one from MAC, it's a little bit more creamy. So this is not a formula dupe, but it is a color dupe. This only retails for $4. The ones from MAC retail for $10 for the individual pans, and then $16 for the ones that come in the pot. So this one, you're getting 4 different shadows for $4, and you have 3 MAC dupes. So I also want to mention these shadows by Morphe, and this is a palette. This is a 35O palette, the infamous 35O palette. I want to mention them because these particular shadows are very inexpensive. They're only $2 a piece. I believe this palette retails for less than $30, and you have so many different shadows. This particular palette has tons of dupes for your favorite shadows. You can find a dupe for Cocoa Bear, for In the Spotlight, for Morocco. You can find a dupe for MAC Soft Brown, MAC Espresso, Bamboo, a bunch of different MAC shadows. You can find a dupe for them in this palette, MAC and Makeup Geek. I do have a very special treat with this particular palette. So if you want to learn how to win a Morphe 35O palette, then stay till the end of the video to know how to enter the giveaway. So last but certainly not least, I want to talk about some sponges, and I feel super basic talking about this right now because I feel like everyone knows about this, but I still wanted to include it just in case you guys didn't know. But I am talking about the Beauty Blender and its drugstore dupe, which is the Real Techniques blending sponge. The Beauty Blender retails for $18, $18 to $22. I'm not really sure on the price, but I'll have the prices of everything in the description because I might have messed some of them up. Let's be serious, it's me. I probably messed them all up. So I'll have the prices of everything down in the description. But yeah, this retails for $18 to $22. The one from Real Techniques only goes for about $9. They're just as good. They do the exact same thing. And lately, I even prefer the one from Real Techniques better. I feel like it's denser and I just love it, especially with the flat side that it has. It's awesome. So yeah, that is pretty much it for the dupes video. And now I want to talk about the giveaway. I am going to be giving away a Morphe 35O palette. I just wanted to give it away to you guys as a thank you for subscribing, for watching every single video that I put, for commenting, for supporting me. It truly means everything to me. I want to give away one palette to one of you guys. Unfortunately, I only do have one extra palette to give away, but don't get discouraged. I do plan on doing more giveaways in the future. So all you have to do is, one, be a subscriber. So you must be subscribed to my YouTube channel. You must be a subscriber. I don't want some random person just winning this palette. I do want one of my viewers to win the palette. So you have to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. But if you don't have Instagram and you don't have Twitter, that's fine. That's not really a requirement. But if you can, please follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Step number 3, all you have to do is leave me a comment down below in the comments section. and the comment has to say, I want it bad, I want this palette bad, I want it. And that is pretty much it, and you are automatically entered in the giveaway. So the giveaway will be going for a whole entire week, so I will announce the winner in next Friday's upload. I'll have the exact date down in the description, as well as all of the rules and the requirements, so make sure that you check the description before you join the giveaway. That is pretty much it. Make sure you check the description to see everything, prices, links, giveaway rules, and that's it. I love you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon with another video. Bye!